planet Earth. Why I make music. Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome to Why Make Music. Dot, dot, dot. I'm your host, ThinkTimm. That's ThinkTimm. I will be the one curating your journey today for our lovely podcast. Episode 26. We are going to take a trip into the past. Think about it. Did you ever want to see the early start of creativity? Did you ever want to hear? Have you ever collected music from your favorite artist that might have been a bootleg? It might have been something. Well, one day when this hobbyist, this independent producer, ThinkTimm, goes and finally reaches his goal, this will be my legacy. My first attempt at WDMN, as the shirt says, we are here. Take a listen. What you have here is an attempt of me and my friend Mark. We went to school together, college, university as you call it, and we got together. This is one of my earlier tracks. It's called Telehomosexual. Very cool song. What we did, we got together and we made like a mock radio station with commercials and some of the music from his group along with some of my music. Taking my soul, hear you scream. I love this song. The sexual is just taking my soul. I can't control my dreams. Listen. So, Mark was a creative writer and rapper, and he had his stuff done at a outside studio, which his tracks would come on. But this is me, and this was prior to sequencing, so this is me on a 4-track. I do believe I was using a Roland keyboard, and that Yamaha keyboard is over my shoulder on the shelf there. I programmed all the drums, and I literally had to play out every track and lay every vocal, and this was a repeated process. And then I bounced the tracks down, mixed them down to one single track, and then had to lay the vocals over top of it. So here, take a listen. I'll be good. You don't see anything like that. Ooh, it's so taboo. Necessary light. And necessary light. So, at that point in my life, in 1994, I was working. I do believe I got done work at midnight, and I came home every evening and recorded until the sun came up. I know my neighbors had to hate me because, granted, I did record with headphones on and not the speakers blaring, but during that time I lived in an apartment complex and I did have neighbors below me. Not necessarily next door to me, but I'm trying to think how the place was set up. There were neighbors with a person that had the identical footprint of my apartment below me, but there was no one above my floor. Oh shit, yes there was. I was in the middle. So yes, there was someone above me, there was someone below me, but there was no one next door to me. So I spent all my time recording music and writing things, and I would invite folks over during this after midnight to 6 or 9 o'clock in the morning hour, and we would record. So this is how the habit started for me once I left my parents' home and I was out on my own. This was my first apartment by myself, and I had all the freedom in the world to do whatever I wanted to do. I spent my money that I was earning buying equipment. I had the Tascam 4-track, I had my bass guitar, I had my electric guitar, I had my acoustic. I'm a fan of Fender products. Wait.
Yo, you guys know I am. I'm the Eminem man. This is WDMN. We don't give a damn radio. Yo, 99.9 on your FM down. Got a special guest in the studio with us, Mr. Metaphor. And 3,000 Soul, you guys know the group. You know what's up. Yo, Metaphor's going to give you a sample of the new.
He's interviewing himself.
Yo, go. Hey, balance the frown from now to want to beat out. But they can't, because I run out. Damn, I get enough tears from my peers as it is. That's what happens when I'm still up in this biz. I never send the thought of another. I just watch my back and stay close to my brothers. And another might respect what I'm right. Yo, that was hard, kid. All right, but we're going to go to the callers. The callers call us plus the people. The people, because we need to hear from the people.
This is me calling in.
Call us up. First caller. Introduce yourself. Caller number 1. Hey, what's your name, caller? Yellow.
Yellow.
Tell me what you think of that song. Did you like it? Win something. No, you might have the wrong number. But tell me what you think of that song. I'm gonna sing you the hell if you don't tell me what you think of that song.
If anyone in the world, whoever is listening to this is Mark. I do believe his last name was... Anyway, I'm not going to tell you. But if you know anybody from the 90s that lived in the Pittsburgh area by route of Philadelphia, by route of Cheney University, named Mark, and he came from Pittsburgh originally and spent some time in Philadelphia, let him know that I am playing his 3 pounds of soul material on my podcast. This is I don't know if anyone knows that there is a rumor that Prince wrote the song for Ray Charles. Here it is. I'm uncertain if this is just a cover or this is the original one, but you know Prince was so prolific in doing all types of craziness. But here we go. Now I hope I don't get dinged for putting that in there, but this, I've had this in my possession obviously for a long time because this tape was made in 1994, so that's 31 years ago.
Music, life-giving sounds and emotions.
So this is 3 Pounds of Soul. Check them out.
Sounds carried on light, wistful riffs of funky horns, followed by tearing piano and bone-crushing percussion.
Hey, the jazz fits through your head again. To send out with big vibes, we were back. Critical masses will have a vibe shot. Then find out you can't do without the magic ticket.
So, in 3 Pounds of Soul, there were 3: Jay, Gratian, and Martin. So, if you know anybody with those names, those friend groups, tell them, find ThinkTimm and Why Make Music, the podcast, ... and holler at me. I don't reach out to people, so I'm not really going to go look for them, but I will respond if I was hit up. So this was the 90s, and the R&B mellow flow was kicking. This was the mid-90s. This is right before Big Blue and Jay-Z blew up. These guys were cool.
Check me out, I got a flow so smooth and I give eternal props to my life-giving groove. So give me strength, wisdom, power, hook me up to the drum track.
Every single hour.
To the mic while I shoot the gift and fill my IV with a smooth jazz riff. And watch me come to life as the groove cuts through me like a surgeon's knife. So check the routine, I'm a groove fiend. Started in the park when I was 12 or 13. And it seems I'm still down.
So, this is the reason for the podcast. Why make music? I am still trying to find my way and my direction. Sometimes I will give you advice about being an independent, but I also want to share with you the background, the years that I was doing this as a hobbyist. This right here is something that none of us were pushing for as a career. This is my buddy Mark. Here's your jet, son. Jet, son. So listen, all I'm saying, never give up on your dreams, because, like I said, this is just playing around. Also, during this time, I do believe I recall doing sound on a movie, an independent movie in the Philadelphia area. Let me get it together. Let me pronounce my words. Use my language. This is another track by 3 Pounds of Soul. But the movie was called Ebony, and And I cannot remember the young lady's name who wrote and directed it, but I do remember spending about 2 weeks in 1994 or 95 working sound on the thing. So I actually had the boom mic and the recorder, and I did that. And I even think I submitted a song for her soundtrack. It was a piano track called So Soft. After this, I do believe I have another track on here, and then it's going to transition towards the end. So I'm going to just keep talking over top of the music. I hope it's not too distracting, and I will definitely bring the volume of the music in the background down lower. So hopefully it will be effective in the final track. This is one of my favorite old songs. It's so crazy when you do something and you don't share it with a lot of people, and it holds a special spot in your world. But listen, this is something that pops up from time to time and has been re-innovated several times in several forms over the last 3 decades. Almost destroyed, our eyes locked, the beauty took me away. You've always been that had this urge to run away, but no, stay. There's no place that I'd rather be, and there's no face. So I hope you enjoy this non-informative episode of Why Make Music ... where I am sharing music from the past. I am trying to show everyone that is creative that you don't have to rush to have a goal when you are creating art. I don't feel bad or funny. I joked with a friend of mine before I started this podcast today when I was telling him my idea of putting together these old tracks and putting it out there. And I said, oh my goodness, people are going to judge me and say, oh, you're such a loser. I put the L up to my forehead. Yeah, you're such a loser. You've been trying to make music for all these decades and you haven't succeeded. I haven't really been trying. It's just something that I do. This is my first actual time that I am venturing farther than my city and reaching out. And like I said, I am open to whatever business ventures come my way. At the time of doing this, I was young. I had a job that turned into a career, and I did not necessarily do music every single day. I did, but then I didn't. I had phases where I was heavily into it. I had phases where I recorded with people. I had phases where I had a band. I had phases where I worked with other bands. I did a little artist management as far as trying to get people to the places they wanted to be and help them out and assist them. But it was never something that I was pursuing heavily into it. So what I'm saying is that if you're talented, it's okay to be talented in a room full of people. It's okay, probably, I ain't gonna lie to you. I always approach situations and look at people that are talented and say, oh, it's amazing that you made it and you did it, and I'm very happy that you made it, but I personally think I'm more talented than you are. And I think that's the natural way you're supposed to be. Yeah, we had skits and all that craziness. The 1990s was very full of skit-heavy type things. Everybody wanted to get their pseudo act on somehow, somewhere. And the funny thing is, I don't think outside of maybe a half a dozen people have heard this thing that I'm playing for you right now. It's crazy. And it ends with a big explosion. Once again, don't know why, no real story purpose behind it, but just to do it because I had the sound effects on my keyboard. Listen, speaking of t-shirts, go to tpublic.com. Get yourself some ThinkTimm gear. I got the logo, I got the t-shirts, I got the stuff online. I am just trying to now in my old age leave my mark. As George Clinton say, trying to pee on the track. Yeah, I'm old. I hope you people listening know who George Clinton is. Here's another track in the background. As always, as in current time, all the music is produced by ThinkTimm. Getting up and being addicted to your stuff. This is when I was more heavily into doing vocal and making full-fledged songs. So I don't want you to think if you are coming across my current projects that I have any aversion to making songs. I have hundreds and hundreds of instrumentals. I probably have twice as many literal songs that could be retooled and dusted off and put into my rotation. In all honesty, it is now currently March, and this is the first month. February into March is the first month that I did not release another project of 26 instrumentals. So currently available, there are 6 projects. Demotional ... botanicals ... superla bass ... Lo-fi-cation ... Perihopic ... and nomenclature ... Each project contains 26 tracks, instrumental, all original music, all written, produced, and arranged by me. No samples, no hint of any other music besides my own. So what I'm currently doing now as we are into 2025, I am putting together more comprehensive traditional album that might be possibly a dozen tracks or so, and they will be vocal tracks, and I am currently working on those, and I feel rather positive in the direction that I am going, and I can't wait to share. The reason I am doing this is because, once again, my goal has always been, I am just trying to get the attention of sync agents and commercial licensing folks to be interested in my sound. I am not trying to be an entertainer. I am not trying to leave my home. I will work as hard as I can from home, but I like being home. If someone in the music atmosphere, I'm not going to say music business, but if someone, a music producer of a higher status that could facilitate a financial exchange, I tell you, you will be shocked how quickly and how inexpensive fulfilling my dreams would be, because, like I said, I am just trying to live or continue to live my above average life. I would love to be filthy rich. I would love to be one of the wealthy people. But let me tell you, I say it and quote me on it. I've said it in many other podcasts. If you ever listen to Why Make Music ... hosted by me, ThinkTimm, ThinkTimm. What do I say? Currently, we could do a split. We can do business. You can have everything I have. I know that it will make money. I am seeing how hard it is to grow a organic community of fans, and even then, that is still no money. I am not performing live. I am not DJing. I do not have people knocking down my door. If you are a producer that may need material, and may need a well to draw from, meaning that you might need a untapped source of creativity known as a ThinkTimm. ThinkTimm, like your own personal think tank. I would work for you, and I would happily take a percentage, because right now, here comes the quote that I was leading up to. Currently, a deal will be worth more than what I am getting, which is nothing. 50-50, 60-40, 70-30, 80-20, 90-10. 10% of nothing is nothing. Currently, I am making no money, no funds from doing this. I am doing this because this is something I love to do. I am marketing myself, trying to achieve some type of attention to move my music, some type of attention to say, hey, perhaps this young man, this old gray man has years and years of ideas, and he never really fully tried to put them out there. Let me tell you, music is music. I can rebuff and retool and restyle and reproduce and make it sound like today. That's me in the background. I don't like to sing. I claim I can't sing. This is me. No effects on my voice, because I couldn't afford effect processors back then. That is me. The most I might have did was slow the tape down some and sing over the tape while it was going slow to pitch up my voice a little higher. That was it. I did not have a effect processor. I did not have auto-tune. I don't even know if auto-tune existed. It didn't 30 years ago. So, all I'm telling you, this right here that's coming on is this crazy song I did with this young lady who I told you before once in an earlier podcast. The only way you met people that you did not know was to possibly put an ad in the paper. And I put an ad in the Trading Times for a person, anyone that was interested. And I came across this young lady who was a student at a university in Philadelphia, outside of Philadelphia. And she had this lyrical thing. It was like a goth chick before it was really popular, because she wasn't. This track was called Kill Me, You Kill Me. It was crazy. So she went on, and it was really dark. And it took some real creativity to put some type of strings and dark music to it. This right here is a little bit more upbeat, up-tempo, play around. And this right here, when I did it, it was basically really just done by itself in 3 takes or 4 takes because, once again, I was reaching out and working with another person, and this time it was a co-worker's daughter who sung, and I just brought them over and tried to show them what I still say today is the ease and comfort of putting ideas together. So, as I always say, why make music? ... It's the most interesting and most complete thing that would spawn on a creative to answer, to talk, to speak what's on their mind, to introduce you, to pull you into their world. So, as always, I tell you, stay creative. Continue to always do what you find to make yourself inspire to be that person you want to be. I want to thank you all for streaming the music, tuning in to the podcast, frequenting these social media platforms. Don't forget, hit up the tpublic.com, threadless.com, ThinkTimm, ThinkTimm. What did I say? For humans, life is a hustle. Life is the hustle. We are why make music ... We are WDMN. We are ThinkTimm. We are WDMN Asian. We are soon to be coming the interactive DJ Warm Cookies. We are all the things that my mind can say we are. So, what are you going to do? How are you going to be creative? Are you going to put your creativity into a digital sound capsule and revisit it in a couple of decades and be happy with what you did? Be happy with the thoughts, and you can see that progress can be made. I'm scared now that I'm really trying to share, because back then, I wasn't. I was just biding my time being creative because I knew not what else to do. But once again, people, I thank you. Like, share, follow, subscribe. Do what you do. Peace and be wild. Remember, ThinkTimm if nothing else.